I didn't say I didn't like it. Back fist from Perez.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, it's the Red Carpet Ring. Turnbuckle King here. We are here to talk about NXT, the recent episode of NXT. We're going to talk about the results, reaction, and highlights of NXT. And of course, we're going to talk not just that. We're also going to talk about other stuff as well going on NXT. As you see, that's the match card right there if you want to take time to look that over. But also something I want to talk about as well. You guys know I do this all the time here at the Red Carpet Ring. I will also talk about a subtopic. If you guys don't know, I like to call it the bonus round. And the bonus round will be, of course, about a certain topic, and it will be about Javon Evans. Is he the future of NXT? See who came into the ring before we begin. Figure 4 TV, salute to you. Thanks for your support. We'll be here on X. We'll be into the bonus round. And of course, when the bonus round begins, catch me on YouTube only. But other than that, guys, we are definitely going to dive in, talk about NXT. Talk about, how you guys look at the match card again. This is the match card that was advertised for NXT. These are the 4 matches. Now, of course, there are going to be other matches that will happen later on that evening. But other than that, though, guys, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the main course of the show. It is Javon Evans. He won the number 1 contendership battle for Trick Williams NXT Championship. We know that Trick Williams needs a contender for the NXT Championship at NXT Heatwave, which will be the same weekend as WWE's Money in the Bank. And I think Heatwave will be that Sunday. And that Sunday will be July 7th. And it's in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at the Scotia Bank Arena. But anyway, he won the 25-man battle. He last eliminated Shawn Spears, who's not eliminated. Very interesting people. Not only we saw appearance from Javon Evans and other NXT stars, we saw one appearance from, if you guys familiar with him, he also was Joe Hendry. He's very popular in wrestling. He's on TNA. He's like a gimmick guy. He was in there for like 2 seconds before he got eliminated. We saw another guy called Frankie. I think he's from TNA as well. But other than that, though, this was a good battle royal, good solid battle royal, good way to kick off NXT Tuesday. Good way to kick off who's going to be number contender for Trick Williams NXT Championship. I think this is a good way to kick off the show. I think, like I said, we know that Ethan Page was the last challenger for Trick Williams Championship. He lost, and now it's Javon Evans. I will say this is a great opportunity for his early young career. Javon Evans literally just debuted on NXT not too long ago, so it's good to hear that he got an opportunity. They call him they may say he the future, but we'll get more to that later. But other than that, though, congratulations to Javon Evans. He is the number 1 contender for the championship. So congratulations to him. And this is how he won as well when he last eliminated Shawn Spears.
Goodness. The young OG riding the wave of momentum. Evans is going to Heat.
And that's how he won the Battle Royal. And he's moving on to Heatwave to face Trick Willie for that championship. So of course, that'll be the main event more than likely. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But that'll be a good way to, like I said, a good push for him and see where they will go with Mr. Mr. Javon Evans going against Trick Williams. So this will be a very, very good one. I can't wait to see what the next move going to be, see how he going to be in the ring with the champion. He's teamed up with Trick. They've been allies, but now they're going one-on-one against each other. So it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen next, storyline wise, and what everything else they can do with his character for that being. So congratulations to Javon Evans. Next up, we had another good important match, and it was a triple threat tag team match. Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice versus Meta-Four, which is the team of Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, against JC Jane, might as well call it Dashing JC Jane, adopting the match that Cody Rhodes gave her last week, and Jasmine Nix. And Roxanne and Lola won. It was a good, solid match. JC Jane looked good in the ring. Jakara Jackson even looked good in the ring. Very, very good stuff from all these women. They worked very well together. So this was solid. It was very good. It's definitely going to show teasing up the main event for the women's NXT Championship, which would be Lola and Roxanne. That's heating up. We know those two. They're going to eventually face each other. We know backstage before the tag team triple threat tag team started, Lola was coming at Roxanne. They was talking backstage, and Roxanne was like, "Look, Lola, I saw you look at my title last week," which I mentioned at the end of NXT last week. And Lola said, "Roxanne, I'm not worried about you. Let's focus on this tag team match." She said, "I'm not gonna get you right now, but later." So we knew that Lola, she's known for attacking people, turning on people. We knew that Lola was going to eventually come for Roxanne. I mean, she's a champion. Everyone's going to be coming for you, will be a target. So they had a good tag team, but afterwards, we used to Lola turning on people. Like she said, we would expect her to come at Roxanne after the match, but things took a turn and going the other way.
I didn't say I didn't like it. Back fist from Perez.
This is a very good storyline heating up. I said this before, and I will say it again. It's going to be Roxanne versus Lola Vice for the women's NXT title. I said this before because I saw where it was going with Lola Vice. I said this before. This is where it's going to go. It's going to be these two at the end of the day facing off for this championship. I've already said this before, and that's what's going to be. And that right there is undisputed, to say the least. That's where it's going.
And that is undisputed.
So expect these two to have a match at Heatwave for the women's NXT championship. And yes, we will get a heel versus heel, something that WWE doesn't go. And I think that's where it's starting to go now. We see it on Monday Night Raw a little bit, maybe Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. And now we're getting it here with Roxanne and Lola, who are both heels. But it's going to be very interesting. I would like to see how Lola's going to do in the championship match. She did win the breakout tournament earlier this year. So I would love to see what they're going to do next with her. Definitely. So, yeah, this is going to be a good feud. I can't wait to see where this feud is going to go next. These two are going to turn it up, all the way up. And it's going to be a good one. So, of course, booking, is a big factor. But I would love to see where it would be the next step for Roxanne and Lola. Expect to even have a multi-series for that matter. Who knows? We can expect that as well. Maybe these two get in, have a little feud going on to the point where one match isn't enough. And maybe these two could even have more of a feud. But I could expect Lola Vice to be your future women's NXT champion. It's a given. She's popular now. So I don't see why they wouldn't go that angle with her. It makes perfect sense of why they would do that with Lola Vice. So she's getting better in the ring. They all getting better in the ring. And Roxanne's looking more polished every time I see her. Definitely more polished in the ring. She's been trying, like she says, since she was 16 years old. Isn't that something? But other than that, though, this is going to be a good feud. Keep your eyes on this feud as well as the Trick Williams and Javon Evans. So next, we also had the NXT Women's North American Championship. Kalani Jordan versus Michin. The first time ever that Kalani's defended the championship, and also the first time the North American champion, the women's NXT North American championship has been defended. And it won by Kalani retaining, but due to a little help from Jada Parker, this is stemming her feud with Michin. They had a little feud going on as Michin beat Jada Parker last week due to interference from the OC. So she wants to come back, get a payback on Michin, costing her the Women's NXT North American Championship. So Kalani retained. She hit a little moonsault. Great moonsault, by the way. So that's going to be a good one. So expect a boiling feud between Michin and Jada Parker. But other than that, congratulations to Kalani Jordan, still Women's NXT North American Champion. So I'm glad that's going on. I'm glad she retained that. That's going to be very, very something interesting to see, to say the least. I want to see what the next thing is going to be with these two. So I would like to see that feud. And we got to see who Kalani next challenger going to be. So I don't know who her next challenger going to be. It's a lot of women that locker that were, looking at her. We saw Jada looking at her all weird. We saw Izzy Dame looking at her. But she said later that night, Kalani's next challenger, she said her challenger should be Sol Ruka. Said Sol Ruka deserves it. So she said that about her. So that would be interesting to see if that would be a good, feud between Kalani and Sol Ruka. So congratulations to Kalani Jordan for retaining the Women's NXT North American Championship. And later on that night, we had a very good segment here. And we had a good segment regarding the men's NXT North American picture. It's Obafemi and Wes Lee. They agreed to a championship match for Obafemi's title. Obafemi said he dominated both Wes Lee and Joe Coffey back at Battleground, which he did in very, very dominant fashion, I might add. So that was definitely an awesome match between those three gentlemen. They put on great performance, and I give them, they deserve it, right? They deserve a little chant for that, or at least awesome.
And I'm awesome!
So they had a good match. But Wes Lee, we know, was the previous champion before before Dragon Lee, he had to vacate the title due to injury, which was his back, and he never lost the title, which he had a rightful claim. And he told Obafemi he wants a one-on-one rematch for that belt, which I believe he deserves. I'm not taking that from him. So with that being said, Obafemi said, Wes Lee, I'll give you a title shot, but it's your first and last title opportunity. If you don't beat me, you get no more chances for the championship as long as I'm champion. And he said, but plan on being champion for a long time. Oh, woo. So I just had to say that he's over, and Wes Lee agrees. So they're gonna have a match at NXT Heatwave. So that's going to be a good one between these two. We never saw a one-on-one match from Wes Lee and Obafemi one-on-one, especially for the NXT North American Championship. So this is going to be good. Very, very good. I can't wait to see what happens next between these two guys. Then also, I know Ethan Page, as you see here, he was supposed to be he was in a battle run from the beginning, but since he was not eliminated, which is true, we end up having a match that was not on his card, as you can see. We end up getting Javon Evans versus Ethan Page one-on-one. He wanted to challenge him and fight him, and that's exactly what we got here in the main event. Trick Williams came back to be ringside. He did commentary with Booker T and Vic Joseph, and ended up being Ethan Page defeated Javon Evans. Then later on, Sean Spears, who, of course, was mad that he got eliminated from earlier. If you guys remember, that's who Javon Evans eliminated to win the match in the beginning.
The young OG riding the wave of momentum. Evans is going to Heat.
So Javon Evans ended up getting attacked by Sean Spears and Ethan Page. Trick Williams came out, they attacked him too. Next thing we know, in the middle, still here, all four men were knocked. They took each other out. Javon Evans did a nice top rope move, He attacked both Ethan and Sean after they attacked Trick Williams. And they all saw that was a great story that you see the belt in the middle of the ring, Trick Williams championship belt. Something's telling me here. I'm looking at the story now, the way NXT put their stories out so great. The way I see it here, at some point, not right now, because Javon Evans won opportunity to go against Trick for his title. I see in the future, foreseeable future, it's a storytelling right here. Since you got four men in four different corners, the NXT championship in the middle of the ring, and it closes out the episode of NXT. You see the credits there. Maybe after Heatwave, whatever PLE that is, I think that'd be maybe another one. Whatever the next one is, we're gonna see a four-way match for the NXT Championship. Think about it. Javon Evans may face Trick again, but not one-on-one. Ethan Page believes he wants another shot, and Shawn Spears may get inserted into that match. Expect a four-way championship match for Trick Williams Championship. Like I said, I know after Heatwave, I know we got the whole SummerSlam. I think they're not going to get a PLE to probably, if I had to guess, they normally get a NXT No Mercy, something like that, a sort. So maybe September-ish NXT No Mercy. And I know they have Halloween Havoc. Expect in the next couple months that at some point, the way they tell the story right now, calling it right now, June right now, these four men are going to battle it out in a four-way match for the NXT Championship. That's the way I see it going down. You're going to have Trick Williams, NXT champion, versus Javon Evans, versus Ethan Page, versus Shawn Spears. All four men will eventually maybe have a four-way match. If not, it'll be a good tag team of Trick and Javon versus Shawn and Ethan. We can have that too, but we know that's obvious. But expect these four men to maybe even battle it out for the NXT Championship. Now let's give my final review on NXT. My final review on NXT, solid episode. It was okay. Wasn't better than last week. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It was okay, but could have been a little bit better. A lot of useless matches. We had matches of Fallon Henley versus Carly, I think Carly, whatever her name is. I think it was maybe what's her name again? Her name was Carly Bright. Average match. OC had a tag team match against Chase U. Average match. Had a lot of C matches in there. But at least they closed that on top. At least the opening show was good. They opened it good and they closed solid, but in the middle wasn't the best. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5. With that being said, we are going to move on to the bonus round now, and we will talk about Javon Evans, and is he the future of NXT? So give me 1 second. We'll get that started in 1 second. Figure 4 TV said I was hyped but highly disappointed. Really was hoping they took advantage of the forbidden door with TNA. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off too. That's why I said 3.5 out of 5. I really hope so. I really wish they would have. I was expecting Moose or somebody from TNA, not no Joe Hendry or this Frankie guy. Them guys are jokes. They're laughing stocks. I want somebody real serious, but we're going to get into that right now. We're going to get into the bonus round. All right, we are here at the bonus round, guys. Bonus round will be by Javon Evans. Will he be the future of NXT? As we already know, Javon Evans recently won the Battle Royal. He won the right to face Trick Williams at Heatwave, and that's it's going to be Trick versus Javon for the NXT Championship. We know that this is his first opportunity for the NXT Championship. I know Javon is very young. He just got into WWE. I know Javon's only 19 years old. I know he is making quite a roar in NXT already. So he's really literally a brand new guy. They call him the young OG of NXT. And he is one of the very, very youngest superstars. I know he is the youngest superstar to compete for the NXT Championship. They say he has great dynamic offense and athleticism. He has the courage. He's not afraid to do anything. He's kind of a combination of Kofi Kingston, the look, a little bit of Reggie with the athleticism, and maybe even a little bit of the risk stuff by Jeff Hardy. I would say that. But definitely that's going to be the case with Javon Evans. He is definitely going to be in the championship picture, especially if he does well against his match against Trick Williams for the NFC Championship. I know his first match when he did come on NXT, he battled against then NXT champion Ilya Dragunov, and he was quite impressive. But he's looking real good. I enjoyed this match with Ethan Page on this recent episode of NXT, which kind of helped save the show. The show could have been a little lot better, but it was okay. Despite him winning the Battle Royal and the women's triple threat tag team match, his match kind of helped him and Ethan Page. Very good, solid match. But other than that, though, he is good. Like I said, it's not much to know about him. I know he was on NXT level up for quite some time. I know also I'm sorry, not 19. I take it back. He's 20. Some say he's 19. I take that back. They say he's really 20 years old. So I know Ethan Page says some sources say 19, some say 20, but we'll say 20. Now, I know he's originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. I know he also been wrestling since 2018. If you guys didn't know that, he's been wrestling since 2018. So that makes it about 6-year veteran. He's been a tag team wrestler, but he's been wrestling 6 years. His high style is a high flyer. Now, the place he trained at was he's not originally a WWE guy, but because he's so young, they still can work on him some more. They have a lot of room to work with Javon. But the place that originally trained him was the Firestar Pro Wrestling Academy. So that's where he got trained at originally back in 2018. He's known as the Wrestling Prodigy. I thought that was Roxanne's name. She's the Prodigy. But they do call him the Young OG. His signature moves are the springboard clothesline and the springboard cutter. So for wrestling only 6 years, if he's 20, that means he's only been wrestling since he was 14 years old. So he's very, very, very still young. But, I know with the high flyer, it can get risky. The one wrong move on the wrong time, wrong move set at the wrong place could lead to a bad injury, ending your career. But he does have a bright future. I'll give him that. And his real name, I know he had other gimmicks called Jay Malaki, Kid Black of America. So he had plenty of gimmicks. I know he's new. No one's know that. King Grove TV said Kofi Kingston Jr. Look, you ain't right, King Grove. You ain't right. Yeah, it says he's been wrestling since 2018. He's 20 years old. Remember, Roxanne wrestled when she was 16. So they said that's according to my sources. He's been wrestling since 2018. That's crazy though. But yeah, he's a good wrestler. Like I said, he did tag team. He started tag team for a while too. He ain't just been a singles wrestler. He actually was. That's probably why he's good in tag team, because he tag team wrestled back in 2019 to 2023. He was mostly known for being a tag team wrestling guy, but now he's wrestling single developmental since 2024. He got signed developmental this year with WWE, so he has some quite history on him. But other than that, though, that's the small background of, again, 20 years old, not 19. I made a mistake there, not 19, 20. Because either page did say he was 20, but some source say he was 19. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going with 20. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But other than that, though, he will be competing against Trick for the NXT Championship. This will be the match. This is the match they're going to have, because we know that he won this match due to winning the Battle Royal. He was the last man standing at the end of the day when he last eliminated Shawn Spears. But I think this will be a good, solid match. Trick Williams, like I said before, great on the mic, great over with the fans, but he cannot wrestle. And Javon Evans is going to carry him more likely, just like Ethan Page did. No offense to Trick Williams. Let's see what I got to say. Prince Booker. He kind of like the Wayans brothers. Keenan. You guys ain't right. You guys ain't right. Remember Mini Booker T, kind of like a skinny bro man from Martin. You guys not right now. Why? This is the young OG, the young OG Javon Evans. But let me get back to the him facing all Trick for the NXT Championship. I'm expecting a very good match from these two. These two are gonna have it. They're gonna duke it out. Like I said before earlier, I don't expect them to have a long-term feud. They're going to be a short-term feud, and we'll definitely see what the next move going to be for these two. Like I said, I would not be surprised if Javon gets another opportunity, but it will be through a four-way match or a triple threat. I don't see him getting another one-on-one match against Trick Williams. At least that's not how I see it. But he could be the future. He can move in the ring. He's solid in the ring. The boy can move. He has good springboard attempt. He could fly. He could do it all. So I like what he does in the ring. He's very agile. He's fast. He's quick. I like how he do the spinning heel kick like he did on Ethan Page on NXT last night. So I'll give him that. The boy can definitely move in the ring. He's solid. I'll give him that. Definitely give him that. So, it's so much they can do with him. So it's not the end; it's just the beginning. So that's how I see it. But definitely, I see definitely a lot of work being done. It's not. This is just the beginning. Not only is the beginning, he could, like I said, be a potential Kofi mixed with Reggie, and definitely could be the NXT champion in their future. So don't just because he may not win it now, doesn't mean that he can't win it later. So let's keep that in mind. That don't mean anything. He could win his title at some point. This is Trick Williams' run right now. I don't see it going down like that. But I could very well see it going down that way. Because he has a good reason to win this championship at some given point in his career. So don't sleep on Javon Evans. At least I'm not. Him and Trick will have a good feud, but I could see him having a good feud with Lexus King. A lot of guys. He's gonna make. But I could tell he's here to help save Trick and be a filler right now because Trick does not have a legit competitor. I know why he's in this match. Despite his talent, he's here to be, as they call it, being fed to Trick. Let's call it what it is. I know people don't like that, but that's what it really is with Javon Evans. Figure 4 TV said he's smooth like Reggie and like Ricochet. Yeah, he's a combination of everybody. Ricochet, Reggie, Kofi, he's a combination of everybody. So, which is not bad. But he's going to develop and have his own very good style at some point. So do not sleep on this man. He's definitely going to take it to the top. He's definitely going to take it to the top, guys. So I can't wait to see what's the future going to hold for Mr. Javon Evans. But, that's neither here nor there. Some people may feel the same way, certain way, but I think he's going to be solid at the end of the day. I think he'll do exactly what it takes to get there. I don't see why they wouldn't do nothing with him. He's a very good competitor. As long as he stays healthy, he has to stay healthy. He has to stay healthy. That's the key. If he don't, it's going to be a problem. That's the only thing I don't like about that situation. Because like I said, if he gets hurt at the wrong time, it's going to be it for him. That's the only thing I'm concerned about with him. Because the high flyers, they're taking risks, and they're taking risks with their careers. That's the only thing about that. Got to keep that in mind with guys like Javon Evans, who likes to run around the ring, who likes to jump around. Because we know that he's only 20, but we want to see him make the 30, 40, have a very long career. But I think he could be the future of NXT. He's a young guy. I think he could be very well the future. I don't see why he wouldn't be the future of NXT. He could lead up. He definitely go to the NXT North American Championship first. He could later on win the NXT Championship. He could very well do that. That could be, like I said, much down the line. Much down the line with Javon Evans. Not only be down the line, it'll be perfect. It'll be the perfect story. He comes in. He was a developmental talent. He started with WWE, worked his way up. Then when he's 23, 24, maybe 22, 23, he could be the youngest NXT champion ever. If everything falls right in place. If he keep putting the work, you look out. He could be the youngest NXT champion of all time. Because I don't think nobody is the youngest NXT champion of all time, if I'm not mistaken. I think if you want to look at the sources, I think my sources say maybe Braun Breaker. Maybe he's the youngest NXT champion. I'll say the youngest NXT champion right now is Bo Dallas at 22 years old. He could very well be there within the next year. He could break that record. He could be the youngest NXT champion. Right now, it's still Bo Dallas, also known as Uncle Howdy. Just let you guys know that. He could set that record and make a new record of that. You never know what's going to happen next. Because WWE, they have a great program. I was just looking up yesterday that they do have a new program started 3 years ago called NIL, which is a program that helps sign college athletes all around the world, not just America. They have guys and women in track and field, basketball, football, volleyball, and NIL means next in line. And they keep training more people and bringing more people in. We see the graduate class. If you look at NXT a couple weeks ago, they had that class going on. So this is something that's going to be important that you're going to want to see. Very good episode. So do not think that it's going to be a joke. If actually AEW need to take notes from this. This is a good way to build in talent. Good way to bring people in. Good way to make them better. So let's keep that in mind. But if you do that with guys like Javon Evans and others, they could make history. They could be the youngest NXT champion or youngest women's NXT champion, youngest North American champion, and youngest women's North American champion. You never know. I'm just saying they have a bright future ahead of them. These people coming into WWE, also stars that are coming in WWE. They know what they're doing, and I think this is one of the reasons why NXT has become such a huge success right now in 2024. And I think it plays a major part in that. Great recruiting by WWE. They are not playing around. Once they recruit, and they are on top of it. No doubt about it. So let's not a big mistake about that. And I think the future really could start with guys like Javon Evans because, like I said, Trick Williams, he's going to be in NXT a little bit longer, but he's going to be gone. Roxanne Perez is going to be gone at some point. And Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, all of those people, they're eventually going to be gone. The new batch of people is Javon Evans, Kalani Jordan. You got the Jada Parkers. You got the Lexus King. And, of course, now Ethan Page coming in. Sean Spears returning to NXT, who's formerly known as Ty Dillinger. They have a very good core of people that's going to be in NXT. It's definitely going to help build the brand, the black and gold, to get where it needs to be. And then we'll see very good matches like this of sort. That'll be very main event caliber on very good PLEs with the talent that they're developing from scratch. So keep an eye on that, guys, because I know I am. Every day, every time I look at NXT, they get better and better as far as their talent goes. They are not slacking by any means. They're not slacking not one bit. And if you think they are, you better think again because they're not playing around. WWE is here to win not just the battle, but win the war of being number one in wrestling. They're here to win all of that. So let's keep that in mind. These guys are so talented. I'm very impressed with what WWE is doing with these people. Nothing short of excellent. Now, this show, the recent episode was 3.5 out of 5 R-rated. Yes, that's true, but that's only one episode. Most of the episodes have been on fire. they've been doing their thing, you know, and it just they're taking advantage of everything, and I admire that. They're not letting anything. They're not selling for less at all. So NXT, I know we like the black and gold, original black and gold, but like I said, I think that this current NXT is even is better than black and gold. So I feel like Daniel Bryan right now.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Yes, guys, like, subscribe, you come in talking about bonus round here about Javon Evans being the future. Tyler Helton, salute to you. What up? Welcome to the ring, man. Glad you came in. Cover a bulk of the show already, but at least you came in. Yeah, so Trick Williams, we're going to have him as versus Javon Evans. NXT Championship, NXT Heatwave. Expect this to be the main event. Great banger after banger. Because Javon Evans, he's going to really have to, if he really is going to be the future, as I said he is, he's going to really have to show out during this match. This is his test. WWE is testing him. If he can hold his own against Trick and put on a if not a 5-star, good 4-star match in the championship match in the main event of a PLE during Money in the Bank weekend, then he's going to be the future. If he does not perform at the high level, then he's going to go down, and then he'll eventually, if he keeps that streak of not doing well, he'll eventually go on the list.
You just made the list!
So we don't want him to go on the list. We want him to be up there. But Heatwave is going to be hot. We already got this match. We got the pretty much Lola versus Roxanne and other matches, Obafemi and Wesley. Yeah, I don't know who Kalani's going to face for her championship, but this is going to be good because Javon, this is his time to step up. This is his time. He will be tested at NXT Heatwave in that championship match. So his time is now.
Your time is up. My time is now.
So he definitely needs to do what we have to do, get everything in order. Because if he does not, then the company's not going to have trust in him. They're not going to run with him anymore. So this is an opportunity. I believe he has everything what it takes to become the future of NXT. I think he could run the whole brand. He could be not only NXT North American champ, but definitely NXT champion. See, Tyler says it too. He said Javon Evans the future. This guy's very, very talented. He can move very well in the ring. And I can't wait to see what else he can do in the ring besides Heatwave. I can't wait to see what the next move's going to be for him as far as his professional wrestling career, especially on the NXT brand. You know, and that's all I have for will Javon Evans be the future of NXT. We talked about WWE NXT results, reaction highlights, and bonus round. Will Javon be the future of NXT? We talked about Javon Evans, only 20 years old, very, very early in his career. He has an upcoming match against Trick Williams. Will he put out? Will he stand out? Will he put on a great performance? Will he do his thing? That only remains to be seen. So thank you all for checking this out, guys. Can't wait to see what the next move is going to be for Javon Evans in his very, very young career. Soon to videos will pop up. Clash at the Castle Scotland main event review. Next video will be Clash at the Castle 2024 final predictions match card. Thank you all for coming out. I will cover SmackDown as I'm going to SmackDown live, but we'll definitely still cover it. And until then, guys, it is OUT.